Oh, okay, that is video, not a picture.
Oh.
Hello. So, if you follow us on social media accounts, you may be aware of the fact that we have a really bad roommate from Texas, and I need to vape about it.
Texas roommate.
His name is Texas Roommate. That is the name he has on his birth certificate.
AKA Big Baron.
Big Baron Aaron also works. We prefer Texas Roommate. Anyway, we've had a lot of people tell us on Twitter.com and the app downloadable on the Android and iPhone App Store, Instagram,
Very compatible to
that
all phones.
you can get it on any phone. Shout out Instagram. This is not a sponsored video. We have been told that people are interested in our experiences with Texas Roommate. So we've decided to start a vlog series. We'll start today because a lot of you are aware of the bad things he's done so far. We will start today talking about what happened last night at around the hours of 2 to 4:30 in the morning. Where to begin?
Well, the cops were called.
The cops were called.
And they took 2 hours to get here.
To specify, it's still fuck cops, but when your crazy ass roommate is playing, he wasn't just playing music. At first I was scared that someone had broken into our apartment because somebody was stomping around, singing,
Pouring wine down the bathtub.
pouring wine all over our fucking bathroom. Not just the bathtub, it was on the floor, it was in the sink. Okay.
Shout out Sunset Blush.
Although it was not Sunset Blush, it was a red.
not.
It was a red wine. Very disrespectful to do on my 1 year sober anniversary. Very disrespectful of him. Anyway, someone was stomping around and singing, and it sounded really creepy because it wasn't singing to any music, and it like kept like going past my door and like away from my door, and like I was like, who the fuck is in our apartment? I got my hand on a taser. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway. Eventually, he goes into his room. I just got really lightheaded. Whoa, I got like a second, like aftershock vape hit. That was weird.
Where's my vape?
I don't know where your vape is.
Shout out Jules while they're still around.
Yeah. Okay, so he was being loud. And then I'm laying in my bed and the singing stops, but then earth shaking. Like an earthquake could never bring the fury of the bass that we felt. You're not gonna find your jewel, dog. You can never find your jewel. Oh, okay. Jewel intermission. It was found. Okay. So this bass music starts, and as those, if you aren't following us on the internet, you've missed out on a lot of really creepy things that he's done. But if you are, you're aware that he plays music as well as being creepy. A lot. And really loud. So
Tries to kiss you.
Tries to kiss you. Sends you potential threats about guns.
Shout out Second Amendment.
Second Amendment rights. Anyway, it's really fucking loud, and it's like 2 in the morning, and...
our downstairs neighbor comes up the stairs in crutches.
In crutches. Comes up the stairs in crutches.
Bangs on our door.
Bangs on the door.
With the crutches.
With the crutches. He is, I suppose, injured. I would assume that's why he has them. Anyway, very brave of him to do so, considering that he has crutches. He went up the stairs on crutches. That's how loud the music was.
Then snitches.
The
cops are coming.
We said, don't call the cops, because it's like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, Molly, I'm calling a noise complaint on ourselves, because this is ridiculous. So I call. They're like, we have someone on the way. I'm like, okay, whatever. While I'm waiting downstairs, that's when the neighbor comes. And yeah, Molly's like, don't tell him to call the cops. But we've let him into our apartments. We can bang on Texas roommate's door. And he's like, you need to turn that shit down, man.
The cops are coming.
3 people have called the cops. And I'm like, God damn you.
But at least he didn't say your roommates.
He did not say your roommates. And also, they did too. Remember?
Yeah,
when the cops
they
got
said
here, they said that
multiple
other
people.
people called.
Shit's whack. So if any of our roommates, I mean,
Neighbors.
cut.
I'm not editing this. It'll take forever. We're posting the whole thing as is.
If any of our neighbors are watching, we are so sorry.
Also, help us.
Yeah.
Help us. Please. So, I was waiting for the cops downstairs because I assumed, like, it would be fairly soon after I called, which was my first mistake to assume that, because of course it wasn't. Ended up taking, like, an hour and a half or 2 hours or some shit for them to get here. And they arrive, right? So they're here.
And we agreed to let them record everything
Because
on their chest cams.
I think, I don't know why we wouldn't.
Yeah. We have our own recording as well
We
of
have
our argument. Oh. Okay. This is how it all started. So our internet bill came. We knock on Jay's door, and they're like, yeah, here, I'll pay you the $20.
$20.
Mind you, 20, literally one crisp $20 bill, all you gotta hand over. So, go to knock on Aaron's door, I go, hey, hold me the bill. Mind you, it's $64, so you know, could be asking for more than $20.
Could be asking for $21 and 33 cents.
Yeah, you know. I'm like, so if you could just send over $20, he goes, I'm not paying shit. I go, what? Because internet shit, so I don't know why I need to pay it anyway. So I'm like, you know, okay, whatever, you know, $20, don't even care. I go, alright, well, if you could just do the dishes that are all yours. Because, mind you, I've been
Always.
in LA
Yeah.
for a week.
And
Jay.
even if she wasn't in LA for a week,
I don't cook for myself.
the first time I ever used that kitchen was yesterday morning. Made some crepes. They were really good, by the way. And cleaned every dish as we used it. Asked my friend Shane. He was there. We cleaned every dish as we used it. Okay?
Mind you, there's broken glass in the sink.
Oh, yeah.
We did not know about.
Yeah, so there's so much shit in our sink, right?
It's
that,
not
like,
draining.
it wasn't draining. And I was like, did this motherfucker, because what did he...
Because he thought
Yeah.
we had a garbage disposal. Mind you, we don't.
We don't.
No.
Don't just...
So he just puts gross ass shit in there.
Yeah.
So then I bring him into the kitchen. I'm like, hey, these are obviously yours. I've been in LA for a week. None of it's mine. So then he goes, oh, you've been in LA for a week. I'm sure you've had so much fun. I go, yeah, because I'm away from you. Are you fucking kidding? So then he gets all irritated and says, only this dish is mine. So I'm looking around and I go, well, I've been in LA. Jay, I don't think cooks sausages, so I think this burnt sausage on the stove is fucking yours.
Perhaps I would eat a sausage, but I didn't. In fact, I don't use the kitchen because, you know what? I don't cook a lot, but I would like to, okay?
Shout out my friends that have come over and seen our kitchen. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry anyone who's come over and had to look at the dishes in
Also,
our sink.
shout out. Just a shout out to the shout outs.
Shout out to all the shout outs that are happening in this video. Couldn't do it without them. All the shout outs. Couldn't shout it out without a shout out, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Yeah, anyway. I forgot where I was
Shout
going.
out this. Shout out Gravity. Shout out
Magnets.
Magnets.
Oh yeah, but I don't even cook even though I want to because I'm afraid of seeing him in the kitchen, okay? We are afraid to go pee.
We're afraid. Use our bathroom. We're
My
afraid to go
skin-
into any common areas. Our skin's breaking out.
Our
We have-
skin's breaking out because we don't want to go wash our faces at
Shout
night.
out face wipes.
It's not my 4-step skincare routine, but I guess it'll work.
Yeah, for now.
For
You know,
now.
I used to, soap, water, skin, all.
Clarisonic.
face masks. You need water to take off face masks, you know. Fuck, I need a sink in my room.
This poor girl took off a face mask with a makeup wipe the other night. Heartbreaking. But anyway, we get into it in the kitchen. I'm hearing it in my room. I walk out while I'm recording. Yeah, I walk out while I'm recording because I'm like, okay, like.
So then I ask him, why do you want to live with us? You make us feel uncomfortable and you know this. He replies with, I enjoy your guys' company.
Which, we have made it so clear that we're not comfortable around him. We've made it so clear that we don't like him. He has also said to us, like, he'll go back and forth from being like, I want you guys to think of me as a brother. And like, you guys
he tried to kiss me, and then a few days later says, you remind me so much of my sister.
Okay, Texas. If you're from Texas and you're okay, I'm sorry, but...
Then I go, so why'd you send us this text with the gun references in the Second Amendment? He goes, well, you've never lived in the South, you've never been to the South, ain't nothing like that. I go, I have so much family in Dallas, because, shouts out some friends that do know, I got lots of family in Texas. Then he goes, oh yeah, I'm sure you got family. What the fuck name did he say?
Jared Jones!
Jared Jones.
Who the fuck? Jared Jones, if you're watching this, can you contact us? Because it sounds like you two have some issues. So if your name is Jared Jones, and you know this person we're talking, you know Big Bear and Aaron, please hit us up.
Please.
Please. So yeah, we're going into this shit in the kitchen. I'm recording. He goes and like stands really close to me. I'm like, don't fucking stand that close to me.
The time?
It won't focus.
4:19. 1 minute till 4:20.
1 minute till 4:20. So there's that.
Shouts out just me.
Shouts out Molly. And this broad up here. Anyway, I'm like recording it. He gets really close to me. I'm like, don't stand that close to me. He like is so fucked up. Off. I don't know what, like, it doesn't just seem like he's drunk or, like, high on, like, weed or something.
Under the influence of something.
And, like, I'm saying that as not judgmentally as I can. Like, I am in recovery. Like, if he has issues with that, they should be taken care of. And I'm not saying that to be judgmental, but I'm also saying, as someone who has had substance abuse problems, it can make you very dangerous. And we do not feel safe around him. And so he keeps standing close to me, and I'm like, don't fucking stand this close to me. I told you. We told you we're uncomfortable with you. Why? He's like, I don't really give a fuck. And I'm like, you don't give a fuck if the people you live with have told you they're uncomfortable with you? He, like, mistakes me for Molly, which, like, twins, right? Twins.
It's there.
So we don't know what he's on, if he's just, like, blacked out, drunk, and, like, not even aware of what he's doing, but, like, whatever. He's like, yeah, like, I enjoy, or you guys are focusing on the wrong thing, because Molly's like, you are so fucked up right now, and he's like, you're being so negative. We're like,
we're not being negative. We're asking simple questions.
And, like, he just deflects the whole time, right? Like, why did you send us this gun thing? Why are you guys being so negative? Like, doesn't answer our questions ever. Especially when there were things that we're, like, concerned about, like, safety-wise. Oh, fuck, the thing about the broken glass. Yeah, so our sink wasn't draining, so I'm like, did this motherfucker, like, put food down here thinking we had a garbage disposal again? So I'm, like, digging around in there because I can't see. You can't see the bottom of it even when there's not water in it because there's so many dishes. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I pull it out. My hand is full of broken glass. Like, it's a handful of broken glass. Okay?
Not cool.
So
Still unknown which thing is
We don't
broken.
know what... There wasn't, like, a broken thing in the sink, so obviously something broke completely.
Mind you, I don't think he has any dishes here. I don't think he brought
He didn't bring any... They're all ours, by the way.
If that's a Shrek cup, he's done.
Did you know those got recalled for having, like, toxic shit in them? I only found out after I used it yesterday, because Shane posted a picture on his story, and one of his friends were like, those were recalled for, like, toxic metal cadmium or something like that. Anyway, fuck it. If I die, I die. I'm ready at this point.
If I die, at least it was Shrek-related.
Right. I'd rather die at the hands of Shrek than at the hands of this guy.
Ooh, I just got the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies? You good? You heaved and jeebed?
Fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Anyway. So that was yesterday, like, afternoon. Many hours before, at least 12 hours before the noise incident. So the cops get here like 2 hours later, maybe. They're like, we're recording, blah, blah, blah. We're like, yeah, whatever. They're like, do we have permission to get into your apartment? We're like, yeah, that's why we called you here. But yeah.
2 hours later.
Yeah, not to mention, we called, just us personally, not to mention that, like, other people have called. We called 3 times, like, yo, where are you? Like, it's 4 in the morning. We are struggling to stay awake right now.
Pigs be pigs. Donuts call.
It's true. I should have been like, yo, we just picked up a box from Top Pot earlier. What's up? But no, nothing. So they finally get here. They go in, and they start pounding on his door. They do the whole, like, you know, like the
Seattle Police Department.
Oh shit, sorry. I got carried away. That didn't even exhibit how loud it was. But they're like, Seattle PD! Seattle, Aaron, you in there? Seattle PD!
Cricket.
Nothing.
Stay silent, this motherfucker.
At all.
This fucking baby back Texas motherfucker stays silent.
They probably tried banging on his door for like at least 5 minutes. Like, it was a while. And we're just standing there in the hall like, what the fuck?
I even go to the back door. Back door's still locked. He's obviously not outside.
Because we were
his
thinking,
lock
like...
is not on his door. He
oh,
locks
yeah.
his door whenever he leaves.
No. He doesn't lock it.
Padlocks it.
He
with
installed a padlock on the outside of his door. Installed a padlock and locks it whenever he leaves. And we were like, okay, well, the lock's not on it. But my immediate thought was he fucking dipped when our neighbor came and told him someone called the cops. But Molly checks the back door. The back door is locked, so he didn't leave there.
But then we discover a note next to the broken glass where all the dishes are still unmade. That says thank you with a heart next to all the broken glass.
I don't know what he's thinking.
What the fuck? So then the cops say, like, sorry, we can't do anything. He's not opening up to us. But you should go on and get, like, a no contact order, blah, blah, blah. They leave. Jay then goes to go to their bed. And then all of a sudden, here's Aaron in his room.
He's talking, okay.
Talking to somebody.
Or, I think, probably to himself. Or, I don't know, maybe he was rapping. He likes to rap. I believe it's freestyling, but regardless of if it's written out or freestyle, he really enjoys saying the N-word, and was really not happy with me when I told him he can't do that.
White.
Which I'm pretty sure you could tell by all of what we've told you so far that he's super white. He's really white. Told me he can say whatever he wants. Told me he has, and I quote, many African-American friends.
My skin is crawling. Just girly things.
So, like, maybe he was talking to himself. Maybe he was rapping. I don't know. But there's his voice coming out of his room is my point. So I run into Molly's room and I'm like, he's in there.
So
I'm like, we're calling the cops. He's still in there.
Again.
And they get there in only maybe like 10 or 15 minutes this time. But they come back and we're like, yo, he's in there. And we're like, should we knock so that they don't, like, hear, like, the whole, like, Seattle PD spiel? And they're like, I don't know if it'll really make a difference, because regardless if he's in there or not and he doesn't open, we can't open the door. And I'm like, can I have an applesauce?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks. But, oh, I was like, why is that applesauce so thick? It was too. So, they come in, again, they do the same thing, they're like, we're going to be audio and video recording. We're like, yeah, we know. You were here 10 minutes ago. So, they go in and they bang on his door. I'm like, Aaron, you in there? And he, like, does some, like, muffled shit. And they're like, hey, buddy, can you come out and talk to us? He does open the door.
Completely changes his facade.
Goes completely, like, let me put on my, like, southern hospitality... Which he does. He does that a lot, and it's really creepy.
Always at the wrong times. Like, but I mean, with him, there's really never a right time.
You also never know what you're gonna get with him. At all. At all. It's really unsettling. But yeah. So he opens the door. They start talking to him. They're like, hey, like, do you know what time it is, dude? Like, heard you were playing some really loud music. Because the music was done at this point. Like, by the time the cops came, the music was done. It had literally stopped, like, 5 minutes before they got there, which of course it did, right? That's what happens when you wait for 2 hours. And so they're like, you can't be playing music at 4 a.m, man. He's like, do you hear anything right now? And I'm like, and they're like, no. But we've, like, had calls, and he's like, okay, but did anyone else call, or was it just my roommates? And he's like, no, multiple people from the building called. He's like, oh, okay, like, he starts pulling this shit. He's like, you guys are so much better than the cops in Dallas, like, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What else happened? Oh, yeah. He was like, see, the reason why I, like,
I'm trying to make music and do something with my life.
I'm trying to be productive and do something with my life. And at which point, by the way, the first time this neighbor that banged on our door yesterday came up, he said basically the same thing, and the neighbor was like, dude, like, I, like, make beats and stuff too, like, I get it, but, like, I do it in, like, a time that's, like, respectful and whatever.
He's like, I stop by 9:30, like...
I've also never heard him do it, so I'm assuming, like most people, he
headphones.
Mixes with headphones. Like,
Shout
I do.
out.
So he said, and then when that guy said it before, he was just like, oh, shit, you make beats too? Like, I'm throwing a party soon, maybe you can DJ also. We're like... You're
this
throwing
is
a what?
not why he's
But
here.
anyway, so I know that the cop was just trying to appeal to him, but of course he said the worst possible thing that could happen in this situation. Not the worst possible thing, but he goes, listen, dude, I get it. I, like, do the whole thing. Like, I do stuff like that too. And he's like, oh,
You do it all!
so you get it! Haha, like, dude, like, you get it! Like, and we're just like, fucking hell. And the whole time the cop's, like, trying to be like, okay, like, blah, 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 but Aaron just keeps talking about, like, oh, like, you get it, like, you do it too, like, wow, you guys are so much cooler, and, like, shit like that and whatever. And, what did he say about, like, getting his own apartment or something?
Yeah, he's like, if you want to use subwoofers, you can't be living in an apartment.
Yeah.
Mind you, that's what he uses to the point where our glasses are almost breaking.
Yeah, let me
in the
tell you guys
shelves.
something. I have glass cabinets in my room. I'm worried for those. They were $60 each at IKEA, which makes $120. Also, I have a very, very important and sacred to me shrine of WWE things. And once, actually no, it's been twice now, his base has knocked over my Triple H action figure, okay? It's that kind of base. It's that kind of base. But yeah, he's like, you can't, like, live, like, with other people if you're gonna be using a subwoofer like this. And he's like, oh, so you're telling me I need to, like, move out and get my own place? And we're like, yeah! Please! And he's like, I mean, like, if that's what you're gonna do, yeah, like, you can't be living with other people. And he's like, so I need to get, like, a 1-bedroom? And we're like, yeah.
He's like, it's all about a respect thing.
And the cop's like, I don't know what's, like, going on with your roommates or anything. Like, they've said some things and that they, like, have some issues.
And he goes, yeah, they're assholes. We are not assholes.
The only asshole-ish behavior that we've, like, put towards him
is when he tried to kiss me.
Is
after
in
that,
response.
like, red flags.
Is in response to weird shit that he does, like, or like getting angry at him for, like, using racial slurs, or like telling him that he can't tell me I'm sexy,
talking shit about my NSYNC action figures or my crying is cool sign. Like, we're sorry that this, like, disrupts your masculinity, like.
Yeah, he was like, we have this banner in our living room that says crying is cool, and he's like, the fucking banner. Yeah, crying is okay, but not only in our own spaces.
Not in our common areas. Like, mind you, this isn't the video game room. Like, you're gonna fucking cry in there.
Because it's gonna get heated. You're gonna get emotional. You might get really, really angry and upset also, playing, like, Mario Kart or Mario Kart or whatever.
4 in there, like, shit's going down.
Shit's going down.
Tears are shed. Like,
we don't live in the living room, okay? In the living room, we
Mind
compete.
You, I don't think we've even been able to use the video game room at all because we're scared of Big Bear and Aaron.
I've used it once since I lived here, and it was because the guy that I'm dating was here, and I was like, okay, at least I'm with another person. And even then, we're like, But yeah, so he gets upset about shit like that or whatever. The cops are here. He's, like, hyper-focusing on the fact that this one cop said he, like, makes music or whatever. And he's like, can't you mix with headphones? And I'm like, whoa! And he's like, well, he has some stupid ass excuse for it. He said something. He just goes like, like, literally he just made mouth sounds.
Yeah,
in
and
response
then,
to
like,
that.
points to his, like, whack-ass, like, headphones that he has.
The cop's like, invest in some headphones. He's like, this makes, like, good ones. These make good, like, these are
Yeah,
good.
like, gives him, like, options.
Recommendations or whatever. And he's like, okay, so, like, just so that I know, like, what are the hours for, like, quiet hours? Which, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, when our neighbor was here before, he, like, said something about specific times. But
yeah,
anyway.
and he said, please, like, at past 8. Mind you, then the cop tells him that the actual noise hours are 7 to 10. So then,
Or, sorry,
of
10
course,
to 7. 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. Right? 10 p.m.
7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
is when you can make
is when
noise.
you can make noise. So then, this morning, 7 a.m. comes around, and 7:02 is when this bass starts. There's nothing we can do right now, because it's...
And the
hours.
thing is, the cop was telling him, like, over and over, because he keeps going, like, okay, like, so it's, like, from, like, 10 to 7. He's like, yes, but if it's during the day, and it is unreasonable, people can still call. And he's just like, okay, so, like, people can still, like, blah, 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 blah. So, like, I don't know, music fucking wakes Molly up at 7 in the morning. Doesn't wake me up, because I went to bed with headphones in, listening to some ASMR.
Also had some elbow in my face.
Also had some elbow in her face. Ugh. Elbows, am I right? Shout out elbows for being in my face. Ugh. But, yeah, so he starts playing his music again this morning. And it's not, like, unreasonable to the point where we can call and be like, yo. And, like, honestly, he hasn't learned from his lesson thus far. I'm actually really hoping that he doesn't, because if it happens multiple times, he gets a citation. Which is, like...
Mind you, we haven't actually seen him since the cops have been here, so we're just still a little on edge.
I did see him when I went to go, like, grab my laptop so we could change the Wi-Fi password. But, like, it was more like I saw him out of the corner of my eye and then I ran out the hallway. So I don't know where he is. I don't really care where he is as long as he's not here. Oh, yeah! The other day when Molly gets home from LA, she's like, was the second shelf in the bathroom yours? And I was like, I don't think so. Like, I'm not, like, anal about that stuff. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know. I can't think off top. She was like, he was getting really pissed about, like, because when he moved in, he got very, very, like, which shelf is mine?
Nothing of anybody else's could be on his shelf. And then all of a sudden, I go to take my shower, and that whole second shelf is gone.
Not the shelf itself.
Like,
all of the shit on it's
all
gone.
his toothbrushes, his Axe body sprays, all gone.
He did leave his Old Spice Swagger 2-in-1.
2-in-1.
He uses 2-in-1, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Called Swagger, mind you. But it was gone. And, like, I knew for a fact that he was there, like, the morning before the one before that, because I heard music there. But, like, we hadn't heard music the last couple nights, so we're like, where is he? So I don't know if he was staying... I was gonna say staying with a friend, I don't know.
Who is his friend?
I don't know who he knows here. Anyway. I don't know. So, anywho. His shit was gone. I haven't looked since he, like, has been actively back to see if it's back on the shelf.
Because, mind you,
we don't go to
avoid
the
the bathroom.
So, I guess that's yesterday's events.
Thank you for watching.
We'll keep everyone updated.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys who say that you, like, get a kick out of hearing about this shit on the daily, don't watch all 30 minutes of this video. You're fake as fuck.
For fucking real.
Okay, we're out. Pray for us.
Toodaloo.
Send armed guards to our house or something. Okay, bye.